Welcome to the Shoujo podcast, where I, Sarah, introduce my friend Joe here to Shoujo anime. And we are currently covering A Sign of Affection. And today we'll be discussing episodes 3 and 4. But before we jump into that, we're going to catch up with your guys' favorite podcast hosts ever who have super interesting lives that you just can't wait to hear what they've done recently.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to know what we've been doing. This is why they're listening.
That's right. We lead interesting lives.
So what did we do? What did you do last night?
I went out. Okay, so basically my birthday is next week. And so I hate my birthday, so I never plan anything. But then I saw on Instagram that there's like, Japanese food festival, first time in Austin. So I was like, I'll just do that. So I invited my friend, and then her husband came, and then my sister and her fiance came, and then an additional friend. And so we met at this festival, which was tiny and long lines. So basically it was like it was like 8 stalls. And I was like, oh, this is embarrassing. I got all these people to gather for this event that's like, I don't want it just waiting in lines basically for like a tiny snack of something. So we ended up just going to a nearby sushi place instead.
Oh.
And it was like took forever. We were probably there for like over 2 hours because the service was so slow, but like the happy hour was like very good deals. So yeah, it was just fun catching up. I kind of mentioned it before we started recording that the one of the people there was like had gone to our same middle school, high school. So it was interesting. They knew who you were. So Joe's famous.
Yeah.
And we went out a bit, drank, felt nothing. But my voice is now like, or my throat feels it a bit, but nothing crazy. It was so hot though. Why are all the bars outdoors? Why isn't there? Are clubs the only like drinking venue that's indoors?
No, that's not
and then
true.
Everything else is just outside.
That's just because it's like you're in Texas,
annoying.
so people are like, "Oh, we can set it on the patio." I feel like most of the bars here are inside because when it's winter,
that's true.
You're going to be inside. True. You're not going to be outside.
And they have sufficient AC during the summers there.
Yeah.
So like that's way better. This is horrible.
Yeah.
It's humid. It's like people spilling drinks left and right. Freaking. Oh, yes. But I hear you also had a time.
Yeah, I also went out.
Last night.
My friends were like, oh, we want to go dancing. Do you want to come? And I'm like, yeah, I guess. I haven't done anything in a while, so I guess I should go. But like, we were meeting up late, and I'm like, maybe I could get out of going because they're going to meet up at my place and we're going to like pre-game at my place. I'm like, but if I drink enough early on, I can get out of going.
So you're like too drunk to go
before the pregame. But then they showed up and it was like we were not drinking that much during the pregame. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna have to go now. And so I ended up going, and it was fun. It's fine. You go and dance. The place we go to usually plays like nostalgia hits from when I was in middle school, which is miserable for me. I hate that.
No, that sounds fun.
I feel like
it was like Jason Derulo and
yeah, but this
Fall
time
Out Boy.
They had a little bit more variety, so that was much better. So I had a better time, but then I also went to sleep.
Were you dancing the night away?
Yeah. Well, there wasn't anything else to do, so yes. Also, it was raining outside, so you had to be inside.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was good. I ended up going to sleep super late though, and now I'm like kind of hungover from all of my drinking before. But mostly, it's just like my stomach's kind of messed up. It's like that level. I have like different phases.
Have you heard of the dads?
The dads. Is that a band?
The day after drinking shits.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what my party animal sister taught me.
Oh, okay.
That's a term.
No, it's not so much that. It's mostly just like I have to take like the little like acid chewy things to like make it chill. So yeah. So that's how I'm feeling right now, which is pretty good. I learned that I'm not a natural. I don't like going out and dancing. That's not a thing I like particularly enjoy, right? I'm sure you can relate to this.
Yep, relate. Yeah.
Also not a huge dancer. I just like to go out and like drink at bars and talk with people and like whatever. That's what I like to do. So apparently, because one of my friends just got married, and so she was like, "Oh yeah, I noticed Joe at the wedding. Like, when everybody was like, dancing and doing stuff because they had like a karaoke part at the end. You would just like, when someone would come up to you, you'd start like dancing along with them, and it was like super good, and you were like getting into it. And then as soon as they walked away, you just went back to being normal. And she was like, yeah, so I couldn't tell if you were having a good time or not. And I'm like, that's me performing dancing for people. That's how I indicate that I'm having a good time, when someone's near me. And then as soon as they are not looking at me, I can stop doing that. So apparently that's how I operate. Like I'm like a sim.
That's funny.
Doing like an action that ends. Yeah. And then I just go back to neutral.
That's funny. Yeah, no, because my sister and friend were dancing, and I was just standing there like slightly like move my hands to be like, oh, look, I acknowledge you guys are dancing near me, but I'm not gonna dance.
Yeah.
No, because the one time I did dance when I was drinking, I got thrown out of the bar. So obviously it's something that should not be done. No, that was like, because that was the first time I'd ever like gotten drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And I got kicked out of this bar in Lubbock, even though at that bar I'd only been drinking water. But I think my dancing was like bad. And I was like, okay, people like get low when they dance, right? So I was just like, I don't know. I was dancing on like what you think dancing looks like on TV, and then it was probably just terrible. And they're like, "Get that girl out of here."
I like the idea that you got kicked out because the dancing was so bad.
Well, I guess the dancing was so bad they were like, "Oh, she must be wasted."
There's no way a sober person could dance this poorly.
Yeah, basically. So I don't dance. Except for Dance Central. I freaking crush Dance Central.
Next time we hang out, we should do Drunk Dance Central, a game that I think I still have I
have my Connect, and I have my Xbox, and I have the game, so I'm ready to go.
We can do it.
I'll have my new apartment. We'll have room.
Yeah.
It'll be good because you still have to sleep on an air mattress, but at least you'll have your own bathroom in this new place versus having to like make all my dogs get grumpy in the middle of the night. Okay, so is that what you meant?
What?
When
oh yeah, that's my thing. I was saying, I was like, oh yeah, people just like, this is why nobody thinks I ever have a good time, is because I dance for a little bit and then I go back to normal.
Yeah, because I was telling Joe that after every time I'm out and my sister's there, the next day she's like, "Did you have fun last night?" Like, because she's like, so know that it's not my default, but for once it was like with people, it was people gathered because of me, so it was like my people, so it was fun versus like my sister's friends that I vaguely know, and so it's much better when you like actually know the people.
Yeah,
you're with.
Yeah, no, totally.
So yeah, it was really nice. And then just gonna do chill birthday. I'm 32 almost, and I was like, "Mom, I want a confetti cake with cream cheese frosting prepared for my birthday on Wednesday."
Whoa.
So I guess the day this drops, it'll be my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Do-do-do.
Yay! Yeah.
But yeah, besides us, I know it sounds like we're crazy out on the town folks all the time, but
I'm sure that's the impression everybody gets.
Other than that. Yeah, that's right. Don't we sound like we know what we're doing? Yeah. What have you been up to other than that, Joe?
I watched Disney's Cinderella since last time. I'm watching all the Disney animated movies in release order. So we got through all the bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
Did I talk about this last time?
You've talked about that you've been watching them, and you had watched freaking the one that
I watched
Splash Mountain was based
Song
off,
of
and
the
it was
South.
terrible. But
we're finally back to normal-ish movies. So we watched Cinderella, and that movie has way more mouse hijinks than I remember because not that much happens in that movie.
I freaking love, like, Gus is the star of the movie. Love him.
Yep. So lots of mice in that. What else did I watch? I watched The Interview for some reason.
That's the one that like
Seth Rogen
they
and
couldn't go in
James
theaters
Franco
or
one. Yeah, they go in.
Yeah,
supposed to assassinate the leader of North Korea. Yeah, that was fine. It was okay. I don't think I've been doing that much else. Oh, I finished season 3 of Bleach final arc or whatever.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched. Are those any good? I just was
it was boring. It's just infinite boss fights is the problem. Like some of the boss fights are okay, but it's just like it's nonstop boss fights. But it's like it's not even.
There's so many that
it's not even.
It takes away from the bossiness.
Yeah, like season 3 was particularly bad because it's a bunch of boss fights, but it's all the like Soul Society captains who I don't care about in really long boss fights, and I'm like, I don't care about these guys. Like, how come I'm not watching?
Well, I rather that than this new squad.
Than the what?
Than the Squad Zero.
Oh, Squad Zero people. Yeah, they had the one that does like fabric is fun because I'm like, oh, I got into sewing.
Yes,
that's cool.
That's your favorite.
And then the rest of them are like, I don't care. Yeah. It turns out Battle Shonen just devolves into boss fights at the end all the time. Because like that's what like the you know, because I watch this stuff with some of my friends that just like we just like watch different shows, like mostly like what's coming out and stuff like that. And we're like, oh, we're going to have to watch the Demon Slayer movie. And it's going to be a trilogy of movies that are just all boss fights. It's just all boss fights. What are we doing? It's going to be bad. There's no way that's good.
Well, at least it'll have the budget since it's a movie, right?
Yeah,
so everything will look nice.
It'll look nice, but I do not understand what is appealing about this. Because like all of the like popular shonen stuff is just like, because they're going to have the last season of My Hero Academia, which I read the manga for that. It's all boss fights. And they're not very good boss fights.
Well, what's the best boss fight? I feel like I just like Bleach season 3 or 2, 3, whatever, where it's like Kenpachi.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. That was a great fight.
Yeah. It's because there was story happening along with the boss fight. It wasn't just like, now you're fighting this guy who's doing this thing because I don't know. It all feels extremely Calvin Ball to me. I'm just not into it. We're gonna get another season of Kaiju number 8.
The boss fight.
That just turns into a big boss fight. Nothing cool.
Yeah, I'm more into like, characters that become friends after you fight.
Yeah. So that's what I watched. I have not watched good anime in a while, it feels like.
What about your Big O?
Oh, the Big O's still good. Yeah. I'm not even close to finishing that. Anime. I'm only like 4 episodes in on Turn A Gundam and the Big O. I have like one more episode of like Fire Force season 3 part 1, I guess. And that's fun. I like that. That was Loud Thunder.
Yeah, I heard that.
So
through Discord's filtering.
Yep. So, hopefully I'll get some better stuff, but maybe I just need to watch different genres for a while. Because the punching dudes genre, it turns out they all just end with punching dudes, and it's bad, actually. So, anyway, what have you been watching or doing?
So I'm now all caught up on the current ongoing Love Island UK season. And it's truly the most like despicable men I've ever seen cast on the entire history of the show are in this season. And I just get mad watching it. And then I'm mad at these chicks for like not doing more like retaliation to their stupidity. Okay, so I'm watching that, and then I'm watching Big Brother, which is good so far, and then I guess a new season of The Challenge just started, which I gotta watch. And then so that's all I've been, because I've just been binging Love Island, so that's like most of what I've been doing in my free time. There's a Field of Mystria update, so I've been playing that a little bit, but this one doesn't feel like it's not as much like Dory edition, so I don't know if I'm going to play much of this news, because it's all early access, so it's all of it will be deleted by the time the actual game releases. So like, I'm sinking in all this time that won't apply in the end if I play it upon release. And then I picked up Jurassic World Evolution, the first one, yesterday. And I had a good time just playing probably the 3 hours playing it, because I played it when it first came out in 2018, but I never finished it. And I have the second one that I never played, and the third one's coming out. So and I'm between games right now, so I was like, oh, I'll just pick this up. And I think it works on Steam Deck too, so I can switch between the PC and
kind of game is it?
Game Deck. It's like a business management sim, kind of.
Okay, so it's like
you're managing the park, and there's basically asset containment and blah blah blah. They're much more effective in the game than they were in the movie.
Like imagine you could do it right. Like what if you could build Jurassic Park but it ran correctly?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Pretty good.
Although it stresses me out because it's like missions where it's like make these two fight, and I'm like, I don't make them fight each other. I just want them to hang out.
No harmony in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, no. I feel like I don't know that I have anything else of note really going on. Yeah,
I think we did.
But I'm excited to talk about our show because I'm like getting into it.
Yep.
I'm like loving. There's just so much.
Yeah.
So many moments.
There's a lot of stuff happening. It's
and we don't even. There's so much happening, and we don't have to flashback because more stuff is happening. We don't have to linger on a single moment forever.
It's so nice to just like have a show that's like straightforward where everything just happens chronologically, more or less, and like we're not
for real.
I don't know, doing a bunch of stuff. I didn't realize how much that stuff kind of annoyed me when it happened so often. But now that we're in a show where it's just
that's the shoujo genre typically.
I'm like, oh, this is just like a normal drama I would watch on TV. This is nice.
Yeah, it's so good. Oh, and I saw someone sign languaging at the festival yesterday. So I was like, oh, look, that's fun.
Oh.
By watching A Sign of Affection.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
Let's jump into it.
We can get into it. So last week I talked about like the production studio. So this time I'm going to talk about some voice actors. The voice actor for Itsuomi is Yu Miyazaki, who I couldn't find like a ton of roles they've done that I knew. There's some stuff like I'll eventually watch Gundam Build Drivers, and he's someone named Zen in that. But the only other one I could find is he's some character named Sachiro Hiragami in Haikyuu. I don't know who that is. Oh.
Yeah, the name is not. I can't recall who that is off the top of my head, so it probably just kind of sucks.
I'll send you an image of the guy. It doesn't look like he's on the main squad team, so I don't know.
Maybe that's from a movie that I didn't watch because they changed the animation. I don't know who the hell that is either.
Well, that's the only thing I can find that maybe one of us would know. Everything else is like some stuff I haven't seen. It's a lot of like backgroundy kind of characters too. But you know, the voice actor. So the voice actors for Yuki is Sumire Morihoshi. Lots of stuff from them. They are Misaki Aizawa from Maid Sama, which I think is that the main person?
Is that that's another one that I never watched because I was just like, I don't like the premise, and
I don't know the premise.
Apparently that one's super like not aged well.
Oh, really? Okay.
This like class president, know it all. It like works at a maid cafe outside of school, and then this troll dude comes and then like, I don't know, he's like blackmailing her about it because she doesn't want the school to know.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like that probably didn't age well.
No.
Also, the voice actress for Emma from A Promised Neverland. That's the girl with like the little. She's like orange hair. Yeah. She's Michiru in BNA, which is the main person, I think. She's.
Have you watched BNA?
I watched some of it and then I stopped.
Yeah, I watched it. I've got a poster, and she's a cute character.
Yeah.
Dude, she's got quite the resume.
Yeah. She's Kyoka Izumi in Bungo Stray Dogs, which is popular, but I don't know what it is. I thought I'd put that on there.
I have watched a couple episodes, but I'm not. If it's like Detective Office, I'm out. I don't like miss.
Okay.
I don't want episodic, like, here's the story of the week thing. I'm like, I want continuous stuff.
Yep. She's also.
I know this next
She's
one.
also Nina in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, everyone's favorite horror episode to reference all the time.
It's scary. That episode is truly like when I first watched it when I was like 14. It's like freaky.
Yeah. Yep. And she's also Marlene in Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, the movie. So she's got like the CGI movies. She's got like the little girl voice on lock, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of those are young girls. Yep. But she does a good job as just a grown woman in this show. And he's got a good voice as well.
Yeah. I'm surprised that he was not in more stuff that I've seen.
But. Again, we gotta have new actors. It's like not everyone will always have. I guess it's just.
Yeah, it's like.
Well, no, that makes sense because this, right? You're gonna not just start off with a big role, so it makes sense that all of it is just stuff we never heard of.
Yeah, and this is also
and then he finally landed his big role.
Yeah. The stuff that the studio has done is not exactly like huge franchise stuff, so they may not have the same.
Yeah, because this is a weird studio to make this.
Yeah.
We already talked about it last time.
Yep.
Bizarro. Yeah.
Anyway, A Sign of Affection, episode 3 is called Someone is Thinking of Someone. We open on Yuki starting to make Itsuomi a sign language guide book, like workbook. But it turns out that drawing signs is actually pretty hard, so she has to like try to draw them all in a mirror. So she's like doing that as the OP plays.
Okay, that I'm just like, guys, we have the internet. You could just look it up. You don't have to manually make a book. This is a new anime. It can't pretend it was like older, and I guess because it's cuter to think like, oh, she worked hard to make it. Although I have comments on like his reception to it later. But
yeah, no, I think it's cute. But yeah, there's a lot of.
Not practical.
It does seem like it would be easier just to print something out, but it's much cuter. She makes it.
Mm-hmm.
We cut to Rock and Robin, where Yuki and Rin enter to see Itsuomi and his manager, whose name we learned later, but I didn't go back and write it down here. Yuki is still nervous to be around Itsuomi. Suddenly, Yuki's hearing aid starts ringing because it's not secured properly in her ear, so it's like giving feedback. Through the dry erase board, Itsuomi asks Yuki how much she can hear with her hearing aids, and she says with her aids in, she can like feel the sounds, but she's been deaf like her whole life, so she can't like interpret what the sounds necessarily mean. Otherwise, without the hearing aid, she just can't hear anything. So, I guess that clears up stuff we talked about last time.
Yeah.
Itsuomi's manager is like, stop asking her questions, dude. You're like prying way too much. And then he like apologizes. He's like, oh, sorry, Itsuomi's just like that. And we learned that he was born overseas, or Itsuomi was born overseas. And everyone also thinks he's just generally kind of weird. So it's not just us.
He is. Yep.
Yuki gives Itsuomi a sign language guide with some pretty well-drawn images, actually. She did a really good job with that. Itsuomi tries to do one of the signs, and Yuki helps him out. And Itsuomi's like, this is cool, but I'm going to need you to help me in person to actually understand it.
Dude, how many hours does she work on this thing for you to just be like, nah, I'm just... Which I understand, it's like, oh, this is my play to be like, let's spend more time together. But don't dismiss this thing.
Yeah, he's
so much work for.
Not as
he's so blunt,
shocked,
and then evasive at the same time.
But it's okay because she eats it up.
Yes, yeah. She's nothing. He's done has been like, oh,
that's because he's hot. This is what it's like to have a crush on a hot guy. Apparently,
I guess
what I'm
so.
learning. Is that true?
Yeah. I feel like the only sure. I don't know why I'm thinking about that too much.
Super like, yeah, I guess it is like this. Let's see. Then he asks her what kind of signs she uses often, and she writes that she uses cute and sorry pretty often, so they practice doing those two signs. At one point, Itsuomi cups her chin, and Rin is like, "Oh, hey, I heard she doesn't like suddenly being touched." But Yuki's like, "It's okay if you do it." So he gets the pass.
I just like freaking hands on her. You're gonna ruin her makeup. You're gonna, like what the you got grubby hands from cleaning the bar top. Like, what if you make her break out or something? Stop grabbing her.
There's a lot of face head touching in this that. I feel like would not fly that well in real life.
Nope. You get smacked.
Suddenly, a drunk guy and woman show up. We see that the guy is the hairstylist from last episode. His name is Shin, and the woman's name is Emma, and they're both friends with Itsuomi. Shin tries to like give Yuki his business card because he's like, "Hey, you got nice hair." But him and Emma are so drunk, they're like slurring all their words, so Yuki can't tell what they're actually saying because she like can't read their lips very well. Eventually, Itsuomi drags the two of them away, and the manager explains that they're his high school friends, and they're normally a lot better when they're not drunk.
Yeah, apparently they're very different. And Yuki's like, "Oh, the power of alcohol."
She's like, "Oh man, I'm only 19. That can't be me yet."
Yeah.
Yuki turns to see Emma clinging to Itsuomi. She's like, this chick's definitely into him. So that's going to be a problem. Some time passes, and Rin and Yuki have to leave. While heading out, both Rin and Yuki notice that Emma is still clinging on to Itsuomi, so Yuki asks the manager if those two are dating, but he's like, no, they're just friends, and like I don't think they're ever going to date, but I can't really say more about that, so don't worry about it. But Yuki is like, I don't know. There's definitely something going on there.
Okay, can we talk? I'm like, how does this bar stay in business? Because it seems like the only patrons are people that know Itsuomi. And but there's also so many, like the number of restaurants and bars per square, I don't know, whatever measurement of landmass is like gotta be crazy dense in Japan. So it's like, if you don't have a bunch of business, how do you stay in business?
I don't know. Well, I mean, we did see there are some background people when they go this time, so there are other people in there. But is it just a bar? I guess it's just a bar.
I guess we've never seen them make food, so I guess so.
That's interesting.
And then most people go in and think, oh, cool, karaoke bar, piano bar, and then see nothing and then leave.
You're going to show up and think it's a themed bar, but it's not.
Nope.
We got to learn more about this bar.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yuki and Rin walk home. We learn that the manager's guy's name is Kyoya, but I'm not sure if that's the first time we learn it, but I'm going to call him Kyoya from now on.
I don't think it is.
Okay. He doesn't get like an introduction, really. She just Rin just really says it at one point in passing. So this is how I learned this. But anyway, I'm going to call him that from now on. Time passed, and both girls are sending goodnight texts to their crushes, so I guess things are going pretty well. That seems significant.
It'd be so fun to have, like, a friend who's also, like, this seems like such a fun, like, friendship, you know, supporting each other, getting excited for each other thing. To have, like, crushes that each of you know and can help out. I love it. It'd be so. It seems just really nice and fun.
Yeah, no, it's
college
things
life.
Are going so good so far. But then some more time passes, and Itsuomi just up and disappears. He's just like gone. We get like a montage of Yuki like just kind of like doing stuff alone, and we get a brief scene where Oushi sees Yuki walking alone and like feels bad, I guess. At home, Yuki tells us that she hasn't heard from Itsuomi in 4 days. Maybe he's like overseas or something. She doesn't know. She decides to text him, and it turns out that he's at the laundromat right now, and like they can meet up if they want. So she heads out, but it's only like 2 hours till curfew because she has a curfew still. So she needs to leg it. This is also where we get confirmation that like that is her mom, who does not use sign language with her, who just talks.
No. Yes. Okay. His texting style would just riddle me with self-doubt of like, we can hang out if you want. Like,
yeah, he's very casual.
It's just very, too casual.
Yep.
Ugh.
Anyway, Yuki leaves, so she jogs off and passes Oushi on her way, who stops her to get on her case about going out late. He's like, are you meeting that guy? And she's like, yeah. But then Oushi tells her that he's probably just messing with you. And she's like, whatever, and runs off. So Oushi yells after her that he's just giving her attention to feel like a nice guy. It's not what he says, but that's basically what he said.
Nope, it's not. Oh, I forgot to say something that happened to me last night.
Okay,
this wait, hold on. Yeah,
though. Okay, what happened?
Related to what he said, though. We were walking, there's a lot of homeless people in Austin, but we were walking past one, and he was just very clearly like going at it on himself, like
cool,
just in the middle of the all right. But that just made me think.
The reason we bring this up is because the thing Oushi actually says is that Itsuomi's jerking himself off to how nice he is. That's why. That's why that story is relevant.
Scandal.
Let's see.
He like buzz off. He not
sucks.
Her mom.
He's so bad.
Fucking, she can do whatever she wants.
It is funny how he throws tissues at her. And then she like sees him and then starts going in, and then he throws a second thing of tissues at her. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he sucks. Yuki makes it to the laundromat and sits down next to Itsuomi. And instead of like greeting her, he just gets up and buys her a drink. Bro, say hi.
See, I hate. This is just him being weird. Where it's like he's overly friendly and then distant at the same time.
It's like he's not overly friendly. He's overly familiar.
Space cadet.
But like,
that's
doesn't
what it is.
Do basic courtesy stuff.
Yep.
Like say hi when people show up, you know?
Well, and I wonder if he would if it was someone else, and it's just that it's Yuki. That he's like not verbalizing as much as he would normally.
Yeah, he doesn't really seem to change that much when he's interacting with different people, although we don't get to see him interact with that many different people.
Like, he's so weird. How does he have so many?
Yeah. Anyway, he buys her a drink, and then he asks to loan or to borrow some money from her so he could buy himself a drink, and then he pays her back in a Croatian kuna, which is the currency they use before they switch over to the euro in 2023. Because I'm like, they don't use the euro in Croatia, but it turns out they do, but it's just really recent. Itsuomi offers to show her more foreign coins later. Yuki asks him why he goes overseas so often, and Itsuomi says they'll have to be better friends to unlock that dialogue tree. She tells him that she wants to be closer, and he signs cute to her, which is the sign he learned from her the other day, so that's nice.
Yuki got game, or she's just going for it. Like,
yes.
None of the, she's just being direct, and we love it, and we've never seen it before on this podcast.
It's very funny that everyone's just like, do you think Yuki's into Itsuomi? It's like, yeah, there's just no way that she could not, it's not clear. There's no ambiguity here. Yuki shows him some other signs for saying cute, and he's like, oh, that's cool. Like, are there any other ones? And she tells him that the head patting thing he does is also a way of saying something is cute. So I guess that makes sense as to why she's responsive to it. Itsuomi says that culture and language has become his main interest after being born overseas. But meeting Yuki and seeing her use sign language made him think that there's a lot he doesn't know about, going on at home too. So like, that's interesting. But it turns out they weren't looking at each other when he says this. He's just saying this out loud, mostly to himself. So she did not hear any of this.
Peter, this is no fair.
Yeah, he is.
This is only for the audience.
He's just saying this to himself. He's just stating his character motivation, not to the person who wants to know it. He looks at her and says if she really wants to know more about him, then teach him the sign for more. And she shows him, which is like, all right, I get it. You really want to know me more. Then he pulls her in close and says something to her in German. And she's like, he's totally messing with me, but she's super into it. I don't know. I could have looked this up, but I'd have to figure out how to type the characters in the keyboard. So I did not look it up.
What did he say, do you think? Like, I like you, or?
Yeah, he's not doing her any favors. She's being very direct, and he's being very roundabout.
Okay, and then it's like, okay, the last statement was a mystery to her, and this time it's a mystery to us all.
Yeah.
What he said there.
Time passes, and they need to go home. It's snowing, so they talk about the snow a little bit, and Yuki says that she loves the snow, and Itsuomi says that he also loves the snow, which makes Yuki embarrassed because the word for snow is Yuki. Her name is Snow. Itsuomi asks what the sign for love is, and Yuki shows it to him. He's like, oh, that's cool. I'll definitely use this. And she's like, who are you going to use this with? And he's like, oh, I was going to say stuff like I love to travel, And she's like, oh. This was very funny.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah. I like that. She's just like asking questions, and because she even, normally be like, maybe you blurt that out, but like she has to go through the effort of typing it out. So she's doing it with like meaning when she's asking all this stuff that maybe a normal shoujo protagonist would be too, timid to say.
Yes. Which is good. And speaking of being direct, they walk home, and while walking, Yuki asks if Emma is his girlfriend. And he's like, no, she's just a friend. But Yuki thinks to herself that there's no way Emma is on the same page about that by the way she's acting. Then Itsuomi asks her about Oushi. He's like, oh, y'all were signing at each other earlier. What's he to you? And Yuki explains that he's just a childhood friend. And apparently he learned sign language from his older sister.
Yeah, because I think they met, right? Because she was in class with only 4 kids. So his sister must have been one of the students at the school
that
she
makes
went
sense.
to. But yeah. Go ahead on.
She's like, anyway, he's mean to me, so I don't really talk that much.
Well, he's like, the first thing he learned to say in sign language is you fool. And I thought that was funny.
That's pretty good. Yuki asks when they can see each other next, and they make a pinky promise to meet up soon. She shows him the sign for promise, which is doing it with yourself. And then he's just like, oh, we should just do it with each other. So they pinky promise with each other.
Yeah. Like chemistry going through those pinkies. Mm-hmm.
She really thrusts her hand to make the promise. She's really into it.
Yeah, it was really cute. I guess because I feel like here it's just like you pinky promise, but there I feel like I see this where they shake on it while the pinkies are in a row. So she's just shaking away.
Later that night, Itsuomi goes into the lobby of his apartment building to find Emma waiting for him. She asks if she can stay the night, but he's like, last time I let you guys stay over because Shin was here too, but like, whatever, fine, you can stay over. It's cool. Emma starts like insinuating a lot of stuff that's a little too vague for me to pick up exactly what it is. But she's kind of hitting on him basically. But Itsuomi is not into it. He's like, you can just hang out here. I'm gonna leave. And she's like, what do you mean you're gonna leave? You're just gonna leave me here in your apartment alone? And Itsuomi's like, yeah. And then he leaves.
See, okay, this is so great. And he's single and everything, but he's just like, I'm not gonna even give you any ammunition to work with. Good. So obviously she's just been, which is like, oh, girl, give it up.
Yeah, this is not going well for her. She drinks alone in Itsuomi's apartment, and she yells about him as she notices Yuki's sign language guide on the table as we cut to credits. So, Emma, not just a friend, it turns out.
Yeah, very clearly pining after him, and he's aware of it and not into it, and she knows he's not into it, but she's still doing it.
Never give up on your dreams, I guess.
I mean, I don't know. Like watching shoujo, normally like, God, rival, just you're not even she's not even a rival, but like get out the way. But they always do explore, like with Kurumi, like humanizing them, and then it's also just another way to compliment whatever the boy is, of like showing a different reason for why a girl fell in love with him, but of which I'm sure we'll get here. But
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Emma's deal is.
Good move. Love his handling of it.
He's like, yeah, you can stay in my house.
See, he's direct with her. I guess he doesn't know Yuki that well.
Yeah.
I like it. This next episode's good.
Yeah. Do we want to get into the next one? Episode 4 is called What Kind of Voice? We open back up on Emma. She's like, it's weird that Itsuomi's picking up sign language. I wonder what's up with that, as the OP plays. We cut back to Yuki in bed, looking at the coin Itsuomi gave her. Rin texts her saying that she's going to go on a date with Kyoya, but she's nervous, so she pitches Yuki on doing a double date. And Yuki mulls it over and then decides to ask Itsuomi about it. Elsewhere, Itsuomi crashes with Kyoya while Emma is at his place. He starts practicing foreign language along with the TV. And Kyoya is like, okay,
what did we think of
okay, man.
This English?
This was much better.
It was a little better.
The English on the TV this time.
But it was like the show. The show they had was like,
it looks like it was like Law and Order.
And it was just like every line was delivered so slow. Yes.
So it's very funny that he's just like staying over at Kyoya's place, and Kyoya is just like, yeah, just make yourself at home or whatever, I guess. Like, you always do this. You always show up and then just take over my TV and drink my beer.
Right. What was their thing? Are they like, I can't remember. They're like related somehow?
I think cousins? They might be. I think they're like cousins relation. Or something. They're like related, but not brothers.
Yeah.
Then Itsuomi starts doing some sign language, and Kyoya is like, "Oh, you're like seriously learning sign language, huh? Even though you can only use it with Yuki." Is like, is that part of your goal or something? But Itsuomi just does not answer that question because he needs to be aloof. We need our mystery man. He can only talk about his goals out loud to himself. Itsuomi then gets a text from Yuki about going on. Basically, this is a supply run for the bar, but they're turning it into a double date. And he's like, "Oh, Kyoya, is this happening?" And Kyoya's like, "Yeah, dude." And so he agrees to go. So they're all four gonna go. Yuki is pumped and
of which I was gonna say just that Itsuomi does say like, "Oh, with Rin, huh?" And then Kyoya is like, "Oh, it's not like that." So at this point, I guess the status of that is
they're sending good night texts. I'm feeling like,
I don't know, or maybe he's just trying to play it cool, but
Yuki is pumped and decides what outfit she's gonna wear, and we get a little montage of her like doing stuff, like doing a face mask and like buying makeup and stuff. It's fun.
Yes. Well, basically, I'm assuming this happens the next day, but yeah, so it looks like she put some kind of like hair oil in, and then she does a face mask and just getting all prepped to like be as good as she can be. Fresh faced.
She buys like sometime later. Emma is walking around. She gets hit on by some random vagrant, but then she just like completely ignores him. And instead, she texts Shin asking if he wants to drink today, and he's like, "Yeah, sure." Emma and Shin get dinner, and Emma complains that Itsuomi is not responding to her hitting on him aggressively. Instead, he's like studying sign language or something. I don't know. It sucks. And Shin's like, "Well, let's drink then," because he is like into her, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, you could pick that up, but. Right? That sucks that she's into their mutual friend. He's not. but he has to be there to be like, oh, let me cheer you up because this, but not vocalizing his own feelings because she's so into Itsuomi that there's no point. So feel bad for him.
We're like daisy chaining the worst vibes of all time between all of these people.
Yes.
Someone's going to be into him next, and then they're going to be all sad about it. It's just going to keep going. Yeah, they get drunk or whatever. We cut to Yuki. It's the day they're going to make their like double date supply run. Even though Kyoya is picking them up by car, she's taking a train so she can make sure that she doesn't run into Oushi. She gets on the train and immediately runs into Oushi. And he's like, where are you going? And she lies and says she's going to the library. But he keeps bugging her for a while. But then he just kind of like sits next to her on the train and like leans on her like he's falling asleep. Like this is cute all of a sudden.
I know, they try to give the whole little like the like visual like, oh, a moment. But she immediately is just like trying to shrug him off her.
He's like bugging her in like a little kid way too. She's like poking her and shit.
For real, dude. Well, like he hasn't matured since they first met. But like, dude, it's none of your business where she's going. But it's like sad that she feels like she has to lie to you.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to diagnose Oushi with cringe. He is a cringe boy.
Well, it's just like controlling, which is never a good thing.
Yeah, it's bad. She's like, hey, you're heavy, so knock it off. And then she gets off at the stop that she's supposed to get off, but that's not the same one as the library stop. So Oushi follows her, being like, hey, you got off at the wrong stop. Yuki is rushing in a crowd and gets bumped by a bunch of people, only to get caught by Itsuomi, who's there. He catches her, and she's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oushi sees this, and signs to Yuki, being like, oh, so you were meeting up with this guy, huh? Oushi is about to say something to Yuki, but then Itsuomi is like, hey, man. And then he puts his arm up between Yuki and Oushi, so he's like blocking her eyes.
She can't see what he's totally saying. Yeah.
Yep. Oushi kind of backs down and just tells Itsuomi not to grab her from behind like that. And Itsuomi replies that Yuki said it was okay if it's him to grab her.
I really like this interaction because it's like, one, we get to see that he is into her and that he's like trying to, make it clear. And swoon.
Yeah, this is pretty swaggy of Itsuomi. This is pretty
Well, because it's nice to see that basically it's like, oh, he knows he's kind of into her and he knows that she's into him and that it's just a matter of time kind of vibe. And so he's like looking out for their, best interests and keeping this guy from freaking getting involved. Because he probably can clock that Oshi's into her too. And so he's well aware and...
Yep. Not that hard to clock, turns out.
Nope.
Pretty easy.
Yes.
The two guys stare at each other for a while. They're like staring each other down. Yuki peeks under Itsuomi's arm to see that Oushi is pissed. And Itsuomi's like, well, anyway, we're leaving, so bye. While leaving, Oushi signs to Yuki, you fool, which is the first thing he said to her that one time, apparently. So she's like, what could that mean? What could he mean by this? She tries to ask Itsuomi if everything's okay, and he's just like, yeah, it's cool, like, whatever.
This is so good, because when she had looked up at him when he was still looking at Oushi, he had like a very stern look in his face. Freaking love this. This is just so good. Like very subtle stuff. We don't have to be told what's happening because you can just see. And very good.
Good standoff moment.
Mm-hmm.
Get wrecked, Oushi. You suck.
Yes. Well, it's like he's so mature in comparison. It's just making it even more obvious how childish you are.
Yeah. Elsewhere, Rin and Kyoya are like waiting for the other two to show up. Rin is bombing really hard as she tries to frantically find something to talk about. It's like a really good scene.
I know.
She's like, God, I have to talk to this guy.
Sighs, and she's like, he had to resort to talking about the weather.
Yeah. She's like, oh, no.
Fun exchange.
This has definitely happened to me before. Like, even if, like, not in a romantic thing where I'm just, like, meeting someone new and I'm like, I need to find something to talk to them about. And they're just like, oh, shit, I got nothing.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's very good. Kyoya sighs and asks Rin if Yuki is interested in Itsuomi. He's like, yeah, Itsuomi is kind of distant right now, and he's been, like, rejecting a lot of women, so, like, that sucks, and I don't want to see Yuki be sad. And Rin's like, well, they seem to be hitting it off all right. And Kyoya's like, yeah, but, like, I don't know, he's really hard to read. But then Itsuomi and Yuki walk up holding hands, I guess, and Rin and Kyoya are like, holy shit, maybe they are hitting it off. I say holding hands because he's mostly doing the thing where he's just, like, grabbing her hand and leading it, and her hand's just limp.
Yep, he just has grabbed her by her wrist because I guess he used the excuse like, oh, she almost got hit by a bike or something. So like that's like, grab the pull, but then kept it on there. Like just then reposition hands in a hand holding, not like your child in trouble. Yeah.
This whole time. I almost feel like Yuki is trying to get hit by stuff on purpose at this point to get him to do this. I would like that.
That'd be funny.
I'm headcanoning that. That's good.
But yeah, this is fun because they both just googly eye are like, oh shit, look at them. They're so like, what happened? They're so close now.
Then the four of them drive off. Rin is having a lot better luck talking to Kyoya while driving, so that's good. And then in the back, Itsuomi and Yuki are practicing sign language, so things are going well so far. They go to Costco, which was extremely funny to me.
It's so good.
Inside, Itsuomi calls Yuki over and gives her like a massive tiramisu, and like Itsuomi thinks it's funny because it's like, oh, you're so tiny, Yuki, and you're holding this big thing. But then she buys it, so I guess she's gonna have this.
I like she's got she's a sucker for spending so much money.
She's like, oh, I never go to the warehouse. This is great.
I mean, that is like, if you've never been to Costco, that is the like, wow, look at all this stuff.
That's true.
Like,
look how big this is.
Yeah. I know
we'll never eat this.
A bag of potato chips are like as half as big as Yuki is. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're like, we'll never be able to eat this before it goes bad, but we should get it anyway. Okay, so during this interaction, like afterwards, Rin and Kyoya are like, okay, Yuki, I don't know how to describe this to you, but like when he said your name just now, he said it in like a really affectionate way, like with this intonation. And Yuki's like, oh, cool. And then he gets really embarrassed. She's like, damn, I would never know that.
Well, yeah, it's really cute because it's like, yeah, she can't know if someone's using a certain tone with her. So good. We get so many good, like, it's not just one that, right, I said, it's like we get so many nice little moments because that's what it's like if you're like into each other. It's not like stressful doubt. It's like, the honeymoon phase kind of where like everything's sweet and like everything gets you excited. Yeah. Love this.
Well, I really like this because it's not characters talking about how much they like somebody. It's that you can see them interact and like understand that from how they're interacting with each other, which is like really good and what we need more of. I feel like it's most because I feel like the other shows we've watched have mostly been people talking about it, like isolated.
This is college. College is cooler than high school.
That's right. In college, you go to Costco and you make lovey-dovey eyes at each other or whatever. Itsuomi peer pressures Yuki into getting some Belgian chocolates, which I thought was funny.
Dude,
so yeah, she's gonna have to spend money now.
My God.
I guess they're gonna have to like check out 4 times. Is that what they're doing? I don't know.
Yeah.
Itsuomi asks Yuki if she's ever traveled overseas. She says no, but then adds that a lot of deaf people do like to travel overseas because they're so used to communicating with gestures that it's not particularly hard for them. Then the two of them talk about nonverbal communication for a while and how you can convey a lot of information with it. He puts his hand on her head again and tells her next time he goes, he's going to take her with him in his carry-on bag. So he's like, so get in. And she's like, I'm only going to go if I'm not dead weight. And this is cute. They get to have a little banter.
It was cute. I liked it.
They go to the Costco food court. Kyoya goes and buys the food while the others wait. Itsuomi asks Rin if she like wants some alone time with Kyoya because he's like, oh, you're into him, right? And she's like, and he's like, I got you. I'm totally on your side. So anyway, you should ask him to drive you home, just the two of you. And she's like, that's not a good advice. Like, what if he says no? But Itsuomi's like, nah, it's great. You should go do it. And then he like pushes her to go do it, and she does. Itsuomi fills in Yuki, and he says that they'll just have to take the train back while the other two drive back. So the two couples split up. While walking, Yuki stops him and asks him out to dinner using sign language, and he's happy to piece it together. So he's like, oh, I get what you're saying to me. But then he's like, no, I don't think so. I want to go home. Anyway, we should just eat there at my place. And Yuki's like, holy shit, as we cut to credits.
Yeah. Oh, going to his place. I thought it was
going to his house.
Both girls just having like shot down moments this episode. It's funny. He's just like,
yep.
Nah, I'm going home.
Yeah, he's just like,
it's
no.
So good. Yeah, I really enjoyed these episodes. It was just like good, happy times. No annoying, misunderstandings. This is like And I feel like this is right. This is new. This is like, unfortunately, there's not that much like Josei anime coming out right now, but like the manga and stuff, it's all much more like this, where it's like we're communicating and like we're into it and we're not just a passive participant in this relationship kind of stuff. So it's, unfortunate that there's not more like this coming out. JoJo's kind of like, I don't know, stuck in time in like the 90s and early 2000s, but yeah, this is a great show.
It's interesting because like it feels like a slow show, but it's really dense, right?
Yeah.
Like all the stuff they're doing, like not a lot of action happens particularly, but the stuff that does happen is like a lot more. There's a lot more going on in it, I feel like, which is a nice change of pace, because I do feel like the other shows we've watched have been a little bit more speed in terms of like jumping from scene to scene. Like we're moving a little bit more. Like we don't just sit with them going to Costco for 10 minutes. So I am enjoying that part. So yeah, I think it's good so far.
Yeah.
How is your opinion of Itsuomi? Has it improved? Has it gotten worse?
It's improved.
You were like a little.
Yeah, well, he's just weird, and like I would be like off put by him myself. But it's nice that, because I feel like if you're unsure of yourself, then having someone who's not super direct makes it hard to feel confident in it. But luckily, Yuki, like, I guess just, takes things more seriously or doesn't overthink them. It just takes them as it is. So yeah, I feel like they're a good match. And yes, I liked the not toxic, like, kind of blaming Yuki stuff, like, hey, we got a little thing going on here, buddy, buzz off. Yeah.
Well, it's very interesting because like Yuki is, I mean, as we see in these episodes, she is like pretty bold about doing stuff. Like she is pretty active, and like can be direct and all that other stuff, which like flies in the face about the way Oushi thinks of her and wants to treat her as like somebody who can't do that kind of thing. So like, I don't know, his entire read of her is just completely wrong.
Yeah, and I'm concerned we're not going to get like a him learning his lesson thing.
Because there just isn't going to be time?
Because this is only 12 episodes. I can't remember if that happens in the manga or not, but like, because I feel like, does the show acknowledge that the way he's acting is really shitty? It's going to be my biggest question.
I feel like it has to, because like he is coming across very poorly so far.
Yeah.
Even if you like the most generous you can be to him is he's like, oh, he like really cares. He just doesn't know how to express himself, right? Which is the most generous you can be, which is not that generous. Like that's still like he's still not a fun guy to be around.
Nope. Yeah, he just seems stressful and like on your case constantly. Like, ugh. Or she's outgrown the relationship and he hasn't. So he like, they haven't progressed in their friendship because they don't really hang out anymore. So he's treating her the way she treated him at whatever age they were that they stopped hanging out. And she's like changed a lot and he's just not seeing that or accepting it.
It seems like the central conflict really of this is going to be about like, what's Itsuomi doing? He seems weird and like unable to commit to stuff and is like lighty.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's mostly like he has a very like, obviously, whatever his goal, his dream takes him a lot of places, and so he has not been interested in making any sacrifice in like giving his time to someone. But like, will his connection with Yuki be enough that he is willing to like have somewhere like a stable person to be like go back to?
We don't know what his actual dream is, right?
I know. I don't know.
It just has something to do with language and culture.
Yeah.
But is that just like the accumulation of knowledge, or?
But essentially, like, is there a connection strong enough that he'll come back for it instead of just continuing to go and go and go? I guess.
Right. Yeah. We still don't really know what his deal is, I guess.
Well, it is only episode 4, but we're already next episode will be halfway through the show.
I know.
Season.
It's coming quick. Well, we got some new characters. We got Emma and Sheen. Bad vibes.
Yeah,
from
no.
Emma and Sheen.
Nope.
They seem fun, but oof.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going on with them.
Yes. Well, I'm sure we'll find out. I remember a little bit about what happens after this, so that'll be good.
We still haven't learned her major.
Oh, right.
What's
maybe
her major?
She's just a general studies thing, and then
like she's undeclared.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
it seems like
maybe.
It seems like she's in the same class as Rin, but it seems like Rin isn't a freshman because she talked about like something about like she had to get used to it. Because he was like, oh, you're from this region, but you don't have that accent. And she's like, yeah.
Oh, she's from like Kansai or something.
Yeah,
right?
she's like, I tried to get rid of it my freshman year, or my first year or something. So, are they not freshmen? Is Yuki a freshman, and everyone else isn't?
I feel like she is, because they're in the same classes.
Which
I guess it's not a big deal in college.
Yeah,
but like I feel like they are. They seem like they are.
Well, Itsuomi definitely I don't think is.
Well, he's like 22 or something, right? Like he's older.
Well, and Rin can drink too, couldn't she? I think Yuki is a freshman.
Yuki's 19 and the drinking age is 20, so it could just be like less than a year.
Well, anyways, our title from last episode, freshman flirting, could be inaccurate, possibly. Anyways,
I mean, she's still a freshman. She's still new.
She is, yeah.
She's flirting, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Did we learn anything? Fucking Costco rules.
Yeah. What did we learn? Yeah. Go to Costco. buy a giant tiramisu that you won't finish. There's no way.
There's no way. That's gotta be for a party.
Yeah, it's huge. You're gonna get sick of it halfway through. I've done this. We've all done this. You get a warehouse membership. It always happens.
If you're gonna make the gesture of buying someone a drink, don't then ask them for money so that you can buy yourself one too.
It's like he's setting himself up to like give her the coin, but in like a very awkward setup. It's pretty funny. I think when they go to Costco food court, I think they get 2 Costco pizzas, which is like way too much. I've only ever gotten their like custards there. I've never gotten like food at Costco. The pizzas are enormous. Like, when you get like a slice, it's just that. It's like imagine it's plate. Huge. It like won't even fit in your oven if your oven's not big enough.
Oh,
to
damn.
Heat it back up. Yeah, it's big.
Okay. Well, then they didn't eat it, I feel like.
Yeah, there's just no way.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. We'll see if they eat it. They're going to his house. You think they're gonna like? I don't know. Do you think we're gonna have an on-screen kiss or anything?
Totally.
In this show,
I think so for sure.
Do you think anyone's ever gonna mention sex?
Not in the first season. I don't.
They're adults.
If they make it to the second season, maybe.
Okay, because they're in college. That's the thing college kids do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the thing everybody does, but it's the thing that college kids especially do.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
I need Yuki to get drunk. I feel like we're foreshadowing this.
It'd be cute.
She needs to get. She needs to get drunk.
A cute drunk.
Yeah. I want her to get like rambunctious. I want like big gestures. She's just like talking shit. She's like signing, trash talking at people, and they just don't understand what she's saying.
That would be funny. Well, the only person she would want to trash talk is Oushi, and he knows sign language, but I don't think she would hold back just because he could read it.
Yeah. No, this is what I want to have happen. I need this to happen before the end of the show.
We shall see.
Yuki gets drunk arc.
Yep. Just
she
like
gets
us.
She gets kicked out of the bar like you. She dances real bad and gets kicked out.
Yeah.
Oh
boy.
Yeah. All right, we're ending the show.
Yes.
We learned. I didn't like the Costco one. What did we actually learn?
No, we do not. This is not This is not a real segment. This is just a segment you made up that we now do every episode, but there's no pressure to do it.
That makes it a real segment. What do you mean? I made it up. We do it every episode. That's what a segment is. I feel like we have to have something. We have to have something, right? Like,
listeners, have you taken away any lessons from this podcast? Let us know.
I got it. If you don't know what to talk about with your crush, let's say you're bombing. He starts talking about the weather. You know it's going bad. Just start talking about your friends. Just start gossiping. Just be like, hey, you think this person's into this person? Perfect. Perfect thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Just make sure those people never learn you talked about them. That's where it can go bad. But as long as they don't, it's cool. You know, it's fun. You're just chatting about your friends. That's what you guys have in common. Do that. Also, if you're going to hold someone's hand, actually hold their hand. Don't just like drag them along.
For real. For real.
There's no way that can be fun for her. Even though she's into it because it's you, I feel like there's a better way of doing it that she would enjoy more. All right. I'll let you go. I won't stall any longer.
What do you mean? You got to be like, hey, listeners. Freaking...
Yeah, rate us 5 stars. I know you've enjoyed a good time. I know we did this out of order. Like usually we do this and then we take our little life lesson away. But we did it backwards this time. So you should write a comment and say, you guys did it backwards. It's our sign off. Our sign off is learning.
Oh, okay.
We're here to learn.
That's right.
I'm here to learn.
Educational.
I'm a first time watcher.
Yeah, well,
rate us 5 stars. We're just evolving. We have to record another episode after this.
I need like a nap.
Our Jurassic Park episode after this, so we gotta get
Dominion.
Real. That's gonna be so
really
animated.
bad.
Oh my god, that movie. Jeez.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. Rate us 5 stars for the show that's good. This one, A Sign of Affection, the one we like. Tell all your friends about it. Watch it multiple times. Watch it very slowly with us over the course of, I guess, 5 weeks now.
Yeah, speeding it up.
Instead of 6. We saved you a week. You're welcome.
Alrighty. Okay. Thank you guys for listening, and happy birthday, me.
Happy birthday. Wow.
Woo.
Buy yourself a big tiramisu from Costco.
Absolutely not. No.
Eat it all alone in one sitting.
No. I don't like tiramisu. No. All right. Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. See y'all next time.
I did a bad job starting the last episode because I need to be like new listeners. So I started new.
Yeah, right. Because it's a new season or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, everyone. Nope. No, I hate it. Okay.